This is the list of registered investment. It's a long list. All of this, what you see here, this is on the Canada government's official website. If you want, you can check the link in the description, or just by typing list of registered investment, you will be able to find this list when you come to this website. Now, in these registered investment account, you cannot be holding a non-qualified investment. In all of this, you cannot be holding a non-qualified investment. If you're holding, there could be penalty, there could be tax implication. So, I will show my own scenario in a TFSA, this account, tax-free saving account, where I'm holding a non-qualified investment. And to stay compliant, what options did I have and what I am doing, I will show you everything. Now, this is purely based on my experience. Use it for educational purpose, and then make sure you speak to your broker, you speak to the professional on the options what you have in case you are holding any such investment. When it comes to the tax-free saving account, it allows your savings to grow tax-free over lifetime, provided you are compliant to the requirements what CRA has set out. And you can hold cash, stock, bond, GICs, mutual funds, ETFs. So I made a detailed video. You can check that video. Now, whatever you hold, they have to be a qualified investment. So let me give an example of what is a qualified investment, what becomes a non-qualified investment, or delisted investment. So that way you'll get an idea of what is happening. Real world example, this is not the stock which I ever owned, but just to give you an idea of what happened. So you can see here, usually any security which is there listed, here you can see this was listed on New York Stock Exchange, and any security which is listed will have a ticker symbol. For example, this had FSR for the fiscal. Say when I bought this security, it was still trading at New York Stock Exchange, and let me show you this. For example, say I bought it when it was at peak around say $27, $28, and then in TFSA, I just held it thinking that over long term, this is going to do good. Now, what exactly happened here was opposite. The stock deteriorated, and you see, this went downhill. So, when anything like this happens, the stock get delisted from the stock exchange. It could be Toronto Stock Exchange, New York Stock Exchange. So, these are the examples which I am giving. So, basically, the qualified investments as a security is listed on a major regulated exchange like Toronto Stock Exchange, New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, and it's likely qualified. If it is not, if it is over the counter, as you see on the screen, or private, delisted, unlisted, it's not qualified. Now that you have understood what scenario I was in, I thought that I wanted to go with a long-term investment, but then it did not turn out well, and it got delisted from the exchange, and it came to over the counter. So in that case, I had 4 options. First option is to sell the security. Basically, if it is still tradable, you can go and sell it. Just put a sell order. And here, the challenge could be like in my case, the $100 value had become almost none. So if I have to go and sell, sometimes there could be transaction fee depending on where you're holding the investment. So I did not go for this option. I made a video on how you can do the sell of security if you want to watch that video. Second thing is transfer between account. Except TFSA, in most you will be able to move and do the transfer. Again, there are administrative fees involved. When you speak to where you're holding this TFSA account, they'll be able to tell you what that fee is. So again, this is not an option which I'm going with. Swap non-qualified investment. This is what I'll be doing, and I'll be showing this to you. Basically here, if it is Quest Trade, you will fill a letter of direction to swap non-qualified investment. If it is Wealthsimple, you just go on their chat, tell them about the delisted security, and they would do this for you over chat. I'll show you how it is done in Quest Trade, and once you see this, you will understand with other institutions when they have something similar where you have to swap non-qualified investment. So what that is, I'll show you again on the screen. The last one is right of security. Basically, if it is worthless and you wish to remove this altogether, you just need to complete a worthless security removal form, and then you can submit at Questrate. If it is Wealthsimple, again you can chat with them, they will provide you the details. And once you select with these options and you're done with your non-eligible investment, it will move out of the registered account. This is my TFSA account. Let me come down. Here you see this security which I had bought 31 shares, whatever the total amount was from that $386 at the time of making video, I have lost, and the symbol price shows what it's currently priced at each share. 31 share, each at 1.56. It was bought at 13.95. So the current market value is this much, and it is in US dollar. This was a security which was on New York Stock Exchange. Now this is the amount which is now non-qualified, and what I am doing now is trade. I have margin account which is a non-registered account. So here, once we come down, currently I have this cash, and this is much greater than what is my security total amount in TFSA. So adequate cash is there to do the swap. It has to be that way. Now that I have cash here, next step is to go and fill the application. This document section in Questrade, summary move money document. Once you click here, just type non-qualified investment, NQI. So once you download this, or to make it even easy, I'll leave this link in the description. You will directly come to this document. Once you download, you will have to fill this document. I'll show you the pre-filled document now. Letter of direction to swap. In here you see I presently hold, I had shown 31 shares, so that is entered, and then this is not the security which I hold, this is just an example I have given. So security name and the ticker symbol both have been entered, and then in Questrade Inc. I have selected TFSA. It was in TFSA, and then the TFSA account number has been entered here. Now this section 1 is for prohibited investment. In my case, it is not prohibited, it is a non-qualified investment which has eroded over time. So I'll leave this untouched. If you have prohibited investment, in that case you'll have to select from this. I'm leaving as it is. Section 2, I have selected this. I'm aware that this is a non-qualified investment, and then swap 31 shares which I had showed earlier, and then name of the security, and I have selected TFSA, whichever registered investment it is that you will select, and then the account number which will match with the account number what was entered on top to my Questrade Inc. So my margin account I showed, it's also there in Questrade, and that's the reason I have entered here Questrade Inc. and then the margin account number, and also the per share value, what is shown per unit value, that is entered. Now once this is complete, come down, enter the name, signature and date. So you will have to take a printout and then do a name, signature and date. In case you have Adobe Signature where you can do the e-signature, I don't have. So once the print is taken, I'll be doing the signature. In case you have this option, you can sign digitally here. Once that is done, in section you see upload document, click here. Here in the document type, enter letter of direction and select this. From the account, I have selected TFSA and then drag and drop the document here. Then once this is attached, additional detail which is optional, I have written swap TFSA with margin account and then go ahead and upload. Here one question would come is that if it is security, every day there would be price fluctuation. So whatever has been entered in the form, how with that Questrade will be able to carry on the swap. So you don't have to worry if there is minor fluctuation. This will not usually cause problem. Questrade will be able to adjust slightly if needed when processing the swap. So once the swap is done, you are now compliant with your TFSA account.